I view this like in micro and macro. I kind of think like the idea that cancel culture is a problem is sort of horseshit. And you go, but in a golden age, everything looks yellow. So you know, America and comedy, it's never been objectively better, but subjectively worse.
I don't know how you get up there and tell jokes.
Yeah.
I do not know how you do that. And now it's became like, I don't know how you do that with cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's fake. It's made up.
Yeah.
It's the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
Dude,
For a lot of these dudes.
People get in trouble.
Yeah.
There are people who get in trouble.
Yeah.
But no one's canceled.
Okay, guys, so I got a clip here on the Joe Ari subreddit. We're going to see this clip of comedians talking about cancel culture, what they think about cancel culture. Let's play this clip and I'll break it down a little bit.
I view this like in micro and macro. I kind of think like the idea that cancel culture is a problem is sort of horseshit. And you go, but in a golden age, everything looks yellow. So you know, America and comedy, it's never been objectively better, but subjectively worse.
I don't know how you get up there and tell jokes.
Yeah.
I do not know how you do that. And now it's became like, I don't know how you do that with cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's fake. It's made up.
Yeah.
It's the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
Dude,
For a lot of
People
these
get
dudes.
people get in trouble.
Yeah.
There are people who get in trouble.
Yeah.
But no one's canceled.
That's so true. Like, look at who's really been getting canceled, right? Quote unquote canceled. Look at who's been getting canceled. Nobody's been getting canceled. It don't matter who. It don't matter what. Just as long as you make money for the club, they're going to want you there.
You know, I think cancel culture is just kind of the cost of doing business. I think the term is overused at this point. No one's actually being canceled. It's more, consequence culture. But I think when you're someone like Chappelle who talks about things like that, you're going to get blowback, and that's just part of promotion almost.
If somebody talks in their set about something that you've been traumatized about, then don't go to a comedy show about somebody who's going to talk about maybe trans. You don't go to a show feeling sensitive.
That I don't understand why people get so upset or so sensitive to it. That people, if you're as big as he is, people are going to get upset at the things that you say.
No
but
matter
that's
what.
just that's part of what you do, and that's part of why you do it. So I don't understand the complaint. Like when he said during his monologue that this culture now is making his job hard to do.
Right.
He makes so much money. Your job should be a little hard. Like I don't have sympathy for you in that.
What's your feeling?
That's so true. Like Dave, he's still getting paid by Netflix. He got a little bit of blowback, and he's like, "Wow, you guys can't take a joke?" No, not everybody can take a joke. Not everybody can take the joke, right? I think they have a right to say that they don't like it, but for the most part, it's comedy.
On cancellation.
I think it's great. Cancel people. I think people deserve it. And you know, obviously it's not a real thing where like your livelihood is gone.
Yeah.
But I, as someone who's done things and said horrible things constantly, I've had backlash, and I deserve it. There has to be consequences, and I also don't think that there's a problem with evolving and like, oh, I used to be able to say this and now I can't. Well, fine, good. I'm okay with that.
Tosh is a good example of somebody who says the wildest shit. There was that moment where he's like, you know, isn't funny, but I can make it funny, right?
Daniel Tosh was not supposed to be on stage that night. Daniel Tosh was just hanging out at the Laugh Factory, and his good friend Dom Herrera asked him to go up. And he said, I'll go. Okay, I don't have anything to talk about. He goes on stage, everybody goes crazy. Oh my God, Daniel Tosh is here. This is amazing. And he goes, look, I don't have any material. I'm not even supposed to be up here. So what do you guys want to talk about? You know, and some guy yells out. And he goes, yeah, that's real funny, sir. What's the humiliation, the violence, and this woman yells out, actually, nothing's funny about, like, very self-aggrandizing. And he goes, wouldn't it be funny if 5 guys raped now?
Right.
Like that's the funny part. That's like what a comedian does.
So that line was the line that was circulating. But even that first part, not that
part was ignored conveniently.
The whole part where he's just like, what's funny about it? And like, that's a good, technically, that's an joke, right?
Exactly.
He took so much criticism, but on one side they're saying, "Oh, I hate this," right? It's offensive. On the other side, they're saying, "Chill, it's just comedy," right? And are you really canceled when one side still likes you and then the other one doesn't. Sure, you're not gonna get their money, but you still got the other side to go because they know that you don't really mean what you mean. It's just comedy, right? The reason for comedy is to go out of the box or say something maybe exaggerated or something that you've been thinking about, and or something that's been obvious, that's funny. The way that you speak about it, the way that you can have a conversation and tell a story is going to determine whether it's good or not according to the audience. See how they take it, and if they like it, then they're going to applaud it, and then some are going to be shocked. They're going to say their oohs and their wows or whatever. But you're going to get a reaction from it, either good or bad. You gave them something to talk about and discuss. Like a lot of shit here on YouTube, it's people complaining about things, but it, like, just because you complain, is it gonna really be canceled, right? Usually when something gets canceled, when it's really, really bad, is like you go to jail. Like Harvey Weinstein. Like Harvey Weinstein got canceled. Or Jeffrey Epstein got canceled. Let's look honestly, who in comedy has been really canceled, that they're like, yep, I've been blacklisted from everywhere. This whole cancel culture thing, we hear this shit from Joe Rogan on how you can't say stuff, and how comedians are modern day philosophers, and like we fight against the woke. I mean, that's the fun part of comedy. Like, if everybody doesn't have a problem with it, it's just not gonna be fun. Debating is fun, saying contrary things are fun. But Joe and people like Joe who say that cancel culture doesn't let them speak is just being ridiculous, because Joe's getting paid millions to talk, and he's like, they wanna censor us, they don't want us to talk. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another one. Bye bye.